The news at noon starts right now.
And we start with late-breaking news this noon. City council members just voted to settle a 2018 Sanctuary Cities lawsuit filed against Sapd Chief William Mcmanus by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton.
The lawsuit was filed nearly a year after the chief released 12 suspected undocumented immigrants found inside a tractor trailer on the east side, rather than handing them over to federal immigration officials. Now, the state will drop both this lawsuit and a second that sought to remove Mcmanus as chief. The city will not admit any fault, but it will have to pay $300,000. That's on top of the $6.4 million the city says it has spent on these lawsuits so far. It's much less than the more than $150 million the city might have had to pay if it had lost at trial. The city also has to adjust its written Sapd policies, but officials say that won't change much.
I want to, reinforce Andy's point. At no time over the last 4 years, or any time that I'm aware of, has any federal official come to the city saying that we're not doing something we're supposed to be doing. That would send a clear message.
A trial of the lawsuit had been scheduled to start on March 28th, but the city says the state approached them about a settlement. A judge still has to sign off on the agreement, which is expected to happen within 30 to 60 days.
And it appears a driver didn't stand a chance after his pickup flew off an elevated section of a south side highway access road.
That man was killed in the crash this morning. His truck rolled down an embankment and landed on railroad tracks beneath Southeast Loop 410 near South Presser Road.
And as Katrina Weber has that story from the scene and tells us police are still trying to figure out what went wrong.
Accident investigators told me it may be some time before they're able to piece together exactly how this happened. But they say what happened is that this driver of this pickup, for some reason, lost control, broke through the railing, and then tumbled down the embankment with the truck landing on its roof. Police found signs of the crash on the elevated Loop 410 access road, but it was only when they looked beneath it that they could see the source of the trouble. A pickup had plummeted to the train tracks below, landing upside down. Investigators believe the man inside it had been driving on the access road near South Presa just before 5:30 this morning. Markings show where his truck hit the embankment after breaking through the guardrail. There was nothing officers could do to save him. He was dead when they reached him. The truck on the tracks stopped all railroad traffic there for hours. Although police investigated, they say they still have questions. It will be up to the medical examiner to identify the driver of this pickup. Police tell us at this point they don't even know his age. Reporting from the South Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And new at noon, police are once again reaching out to you, hoping to find new clues to help them solve a murder case. Now, back in April of 2017, police say they were called to the 4,000 block of Moss Spring after people reported hearing gunshots. Now, when police got to that area, they found a crime scene, but no victims. People who had been hurt were at South Park Mall. Officers found them inside a truck. Now, one of those victims was 20-year-old Joe Manuel Soto. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Witnesses told officers that the victims had all attended a prom after a party. Now, according to police witnesses, they also say that they saw two people firing shots at the victims as they tried to drive away from that party. If you have any information that could help officers with this investigation, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at number on your screen, 210-224-STOP.
A family's home has serious damage, and one of their own was taken to the hospital following an early morning fire. Fire crews headed to the west side after 3 this morning. The flames broke out on C Street near Highway 90 in South Zarzamora. Thanks to smoke detectors, the family was alerted to the fire and they were able to get out. However, a 17-year-old girl was taken to the hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation. Firefighters say her father and brother got out, then the father had to go back in to get her. It's not clear how that fire started. Bexar County deputies had to chase down a driver after they say that driver refused to pull over. All of this happened overnight on the city's northwest side, and Jonathan Couto explains how the chase came to an abrupt end.
It was a busy morning for Bexar County deputies responding to this scene happening in front of the Tradewind Villas off of Vance, Jackson, and Clower close to 2 o'clock this morning.
It all started when deputies were attempting to pull over a woman for driving recklessly, but that attempt quickly led into an 8-minute chase. And though it's unclear where that chase started, the tire markings here on Clower Street show where that woman tried to stop. The chase finally ending here when that woman crashed into this utility pole.
Despite the impact, the trouble wasn't over. The passenger inside the vehicle quickly took off. Deputies still looking for that person. They say the woman driving had a felony warrant and suspect she had been drinking. They say she'll be charged for evading. Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
And happening today, the Senate is expected to confirm Supreme Court nominee Katanji Brown Jackson. She would be the first black woman on the high court, and she's gained some bipartisan support. 3 Republican senators have said they will support Jackson. She would replace Justice Stephen Breyer when he retires this summer. Today's vote is set to happen around 12:45. We'll bring you that live when it happens.
Today marks 6 weeks of war in Ukraine.
New images showing more evidence of Ukrainian civilians killed, all while Russian troops were reportedly in control of those areas.
And today, Ukrainian leaders are meeting with other nations hoping to secure more weapons to fight Russian forces.
ABC's Katanji has the latest.
Today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Brussels along with other NATO leaders ahead of key talks with Ukraine's foreign minister, who made it clear what his country needs.
My agenda is very simple. It has only 3 items on it. It's weapons, weapons, and weapons.
The U.S. now promising an additional $100 million worth of these Javelin anti-tank missiles. The U.S. also sending additional tiny lethal Switchblade drones. They're small enough to fit in a backpack and can fly up to 25 miles away. Some can even pierce armor or blast holes in a tank. The distribution of more weapons to Ukraine comes as the UN General Assembly is holding a vote to suspend Russia from the UN's Human Rights Council. A 2/3 majority vote is needed to suspend Russia. Meanwhile, Russia's brutal assault on Ukraine continues. The UK's Ministry of Defense says Russian forces are now progressing in eastern Ukraine, focusing its military operations in the eastern Donbas region. In the port city of Mariupol, where fighting and shelling has been occurring for weeks, we're now learning Russian troops forcibly removed the staff and patients of a Mariupol hospital, deporting them to Russian cities. The Mariupol City Council claims at least 40,000 residents have been removed, with 5,000 killed since the invasion began. President Biden speaking out about those horrors after announcing new sanctions that bans all new investments in Russia, punishes Russia's largest banks, even targeting Russian President Vladimir Putin's adult daughters.
A sense of brutality and inhumanity left for all the world to see unapologetically. There's nothing less happening than major war crimes.
And the U.S. Senate will take up legislation today to end normal trade relations with Russia and to ban the importation of its oil. Katanji, ABC News, Washington.
Beautiful weather for our Fiesta events, but rain chances do come back into the forecast next week. We have a look at the 7-day forecast coming up.
And before they start throwing punches, the 2 main event boxers for Saturday night's main event at the Dome, throwing words around in the ring. Larry Ramirez with more on that coming up in a few minutes.
And a nurse ending a 50-year nursing career by being honored, and she'll get to walk in the Battle of Flowers parade. We're talking to her live in the next half hour. And if you're looking to score some more Fiesta flair, we're going to have another medal giveaway happening tonight.
Don't you get fired up whenever you hear that music?
I do.
It's
Every morning.
It's all Fiesta. The weather team is handing out its Weather Authority Medal at Mission Marquee Plaza. You can start lining up at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Medals are going to be handed out. Who's out there, Justin?
Yeah, who will be out there?
Who'll be out there?
Will be meteorologist Sarah Spivey and meteorologist Katie Blake.
Oh,
cool. That'll be a lot of fun.
That'll be a party waiting to happen right there now.
Oh, for sure. Sure, a lot of fun. Yeah.
Not that you and Adam wouldn't be a party waiting to happen, but when you
listen, whole weather team.
It's all a party.
All a big party.
And what a day to party.
Oh, look at that. What a day. I mean, God, it's so nice out there. We're going to see a beautiful afternoon. A little windy, but that's okay. And then tomorrow's weather is going to be close to perfect. The aquifer, it's falling down 0.8 of a foot to 649.2. Notable that it's below that 650 mark. We're headed towards stage 2. We're not there quite yet. We're still waiting on that 10-day rolling average, but we're headed in that direction. Oak's in the high category. So is mold today. They both jumped up. Hackberry, mulberry, and grass all low. We'll have a look at that weekend forecast. Yes, it is nice. The good news, we do have some rain chances too next week. We'll talk more about that coming up.
This Fiesta Flashback is powered by the Silverado and your local San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
Benjamin Harrison was the first president to ever visit San Antonio while in office. It was a really big deal, and it inspired a tradition that's evolved into what we now know as Fiesta. According to San Antonio on Parade, 6 historic festivals by Judith Sobre, in the spring of 1891, the president was conducting a Southern Whistle Stop tour. San Antonio wasn't on his schedule, but the city's movers and shakers convinced him to pay a quick visit. He agreed on the 13th. His train would arrive on the 20th. So while the movers and shakers prepared, their wives saw an opportunity. Harrison's speech in front of the Alamo would draw a huge crowd, so why not hold a parade?
Everybody's going to come into town. Our husbands are businessmen. They can keep the stores open if we have the parade at 5 so everybody can shop.
With the visit falling one day before the Battle of San Jacinto's anniversary, the parade could also honor the heroes of Texas independence.
The fall of the Alamo was this great tragedy to the city fathers. And the idea that the Battle of San Jacinto, they finally got Santa Ana.
With only days to plan, the women began organizing the very first Battle of Flowers parade. Unfortunately, the president never witnessed it. On the 20th, he arrived at 9, left at noon, and the parade started at 5, after the shops closed. It also rained that day. So the president's speech was drenched and the parade had to be postponed. There is a happy ending, though. On the 24th, the crowds returned for the first Battle of Flowers parade, and they've been returning for over a century.
Oh, don't be raining on Steph's parade tomorrow.
No, thank you. No, it looks good so far. Right, Justin? I was like,
100%.
right.
No rain in the forecast. Yeah, it's all good. You're going to love it tomorrow. Honestly, I mean, you know.
Oh, wait, what's that?
Well, we're going to get there in just a second.
Oh.
I would say this is the best Fiesta weather we've seen.
Really?
Yay.
In a long time? I think so.
That number you see there, speaking of history, history was made yesterday down in the valley. Pharr, Texas reached 111 yesterday.
Wow.
109 in McAllen. The hottest place in the country by a large margin. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Well, the good news is the front did eventually make it all the way down there, and they got cooler weather this morning. It was -1 this morning in parts of Utah, so grand total, 112-degree temperature difference between the extremes this morning and yesterday afternoon. Yeah, Peter Sinks, Utah. It's a place that often sees the nation's low temperature. It's a high elevation. It's cold there. Just is, yeah. So there you go, if you were curious. Big swings in temperature today here in San Antonio. Obviously, we're not going to get into the triple digits, but it was 49 this morning, 5:04, and we're forecasting to make it up to 79 this afternoon for a 30-degree temperature swing here locally. Dry air does that for us, gives us those cool mornings and beautiful afternoons. It is so nice right now. 71 degrees. We do have a north-northeasterly breeze at 17, 75 Stinson, and we're still in the 60s in Randolph, 67 degrees there. Wind gusts right up around 25 miles per hour. Now, these numbers are not as high as they were yesterday. Winds won't be as strong, but it is still going to be a breezy day. I still think we see gusts 25 to 30 here over the next couple of hours, and then this evening those winds will calm some. Still in the 60s in Kerrville and Fredericksburg, 69 Uvalde, 76 Cotulla, 72 in Gonzales. Considering the way things can be around here in April, this is great weather. 72 New Braunfels, 70 right now in Comfort, and 66 out there in Los Maples. Dew points are awful low. The air is extremely dry. We're starting to see dew points in the single digits and teens. When the air is that dry, that is kind of like a powder keg. Even just a little bit of wind, if there's any sort of spark, fires can spread very quickly. So we do have that red flag warning in effect again today, and that includes much of the area, especially as you go east, and that's because that's where these stronger winds are, San Antonio and points east this afternoon. And the dew point tracker shows that, yes, it is going to be dry next couple days, but the dew points do increase. I think we see more moisture as we head into Sunday. You'll feel it, more cloud cover, and then by Monday and Tuesday, we're back in the muggy territory. Now, the question then becomes, will that lead to some rain? We hope so. We hope so. Tuesday, there are some chances there, and I'll show you that in just a second. Forecast for today, though, 77, 3 o'clock, 75 by 7 o'clock. If you're heading out to Nyosa tonight, close to perfect. 70 by 8 p.m., 62, 10 p.m., 58 at 11 o'clock. And temperatures will drop into the 40s overnight, which brings us to the Battle of Flowers forecast just for Steph. 57 degrees. Take a jacket with you, Steph. You're going to be a little chilly in the morning. 71, 11 o'clock, 75 by 1 p.m., and still very comfortable. Okay, let's look down the line now. Sunday, we'll start to see more clouds. By Monday, there's a 20% chance of a stray shower. I'm not looking for much on Monday, but Tuesday, a little more energy comes in here out of the south and west. That ups our rain chances to a 30% shot. There could be a couple thunderstorms, too. Just a day to watch. We don't want severe weather, but we will take the rain. We'll keep you posted how that plays out. But 81 Friday, 86 Saturday, Fiesta Flambeau. It'll be a little warmer, but still not bad. 84 on Sunday, and then 80s next week, and probably some 90s showing up by the end of next week.
Well, at least that's next week, the 90s.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll take this forecast. Thank you.
And we've seen it. You're having a hard time containing your excitement because you got Spurs tonight. I don't know how you're going to do that and then get up and do the parade tomorrow.
And
how you going to do all that?
And then another parade the next day.
And another parade the next day, another more Spurs.
It's a lot for me to handle.
Lots of caffeine.
Yes.
Lots of caffeine.
Yes.
Yes, the Spurs are at the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. So, Stephanie, it's an early tip, though, at 7. So perhaps that'll help you out. Coming up, we're going to talk about how Trey Jones protects the ball, and the Pels, well, they want to keep winning, and they want to host the Spurs in a play-in game. Coming up.
Like, we just extended our season, and we want to make the most of that. We want to make the most of those experiences.
Jakob and the Spurs will experience more play-in pressure tonight on Spurs game day. After clinching a spot in the play-in tournament Tuesday night by beating the Denver Nuggets in Denver, the Spurs will play the Timberwolves tonight. This is a must-win game for the Spurs, who sit 10th in the West and trailed 9th place New Orleans by 1 game. Now, the Spurs would like to leapfrog them so they can host the Pelicans in the play-in tournament rather than the other way around. Spurs point guard Trey Jones has played 4 straight games without a turnover. He's averaging 29 minutes in those games. Josh Richardson isn't surprised Trey protects the ball.
Look at what his brother's been doing. It's the same thing. You know, Tyus has been one of the best assist-to-turnover ratio guys in this league for a couple years, and, you know, Trey's no different. Floater is nice. He gets to his spots. He's a pest on defense, and he just competes, you know. And so he can't really ask for much more from a guy than those things. So he's been great for us.
Minnesota will host San Antonio tonight at 7. The Spurs say DeJounte Murray is out with an upper respiratory illness. Lonnie Walker is questionable with low back tightness, and Devin Vassell's probable with left Achilles tightness. New Orleans also clinched a play-in spot Tuesday night by taking care of the Kings. That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider they started off the season 1-12 with a 9-game losing streak, and Zion Williamson hasn't played this season due to a foot injury. Now the Pels want to close out strong and host the Spurs in New Orleans come play-in time.
Well, it's definitely what we want, and we have a few more games left to solidify that, but there's work to do. We know that. The guys were in the locker room talking about it, but it's also important, like I said, you have to celebrate these moments because you just never know when you get the opportunity to do it again, and they've worked so hard to put themselves in this position, and they believe, they trust it, and we're all proud of them.
Pels host the Blazers tonight at 7 and are favored by 17 points.
It wouldn't have mattered if it happened or not, but I'm happy it did. I got to size him up a little bit, trying to see what he would feel like in the ring. I feel like I have a clear advantage on him even more now, just by feeling his presence. I know I could work around anything he does.
That's boxer Ryan Garcia talking about Emmanuel Tagoe after the two had a verbal spat during their public workout at the Will Naylor Smith Riverwalk Plaza yesterday. Garcia and Tagoe will fight Saturday night in the main event at the Alamo Dome in a 12-round lightweight battle. Cracker Jack is debuting new packaging aimed to celebrate women in sports. Their Cracker Jill series of 5 special edition bags depict 5 different women and celebrate the women who break down barriers in sports. The change comes after 125 years of combining baseball with its caramel-coated popcorn. The company has also pledged to donate $200,000 to the Women's Sports Foundation. Cracker Jill will be available at ballparks nationwide this season, and today is opening day. David?
Thank you, Larry. We do have some late-breaking news we want to tell you about. It's coming out of Seguin, and it's in connection with that deadly shooting that happened this past Monday. Seguin police arresting 2 people they say were involved following a traffic stop. They are 21-year-old Sara Vega and 21-year-old Cristiano Soto. Police say they were in the car the shots were fired from in the 600 block of North Vaughn Avenue Monday afternoon. And that injured an 18-year-old man and killed 18-year-old Michaelin Ann Marie Smith. Both have been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and murder.
However, the search continues for the man investigators say was the shooter, 20-year-old Draven Rene Reyes. Police are asking anyone with any information on Reyes to call Seguin Police or Guadalupe County Crime Stoppers at number on your screen, 1-877-403-TIPS. Any information that leads to an arrest could be worth up to $5,000. We'll be right back. And it's another busy day in the Alamo City as Fiesta events continue today. You can head downtown for Fiesta San Fernando at the San Fernando Cathedral.
Nyosa back for a third night. Taste of North Side is taking place tonight as well.
You can head to KSAT.com by scanning that QR code on your screen right now, and there you will find the full list of events.
And a major Fiesta event taking place tomorrow morning, the Battle of Flowers Parade. Lots of people are taking part this year, nearly 200 entries. A lot of floats, a lot of bands, a lot of other stuff going on down the street.
We're excited to have it back. And one of the people is going to be walking the parade route, a woman who helped open Methodist Children's Hospital in 1998.
And she now joins us live here on KSAT 12 News at noon, Linda Matz, who has spent the last 50 years as a nurse. And she is set to retire tomorrow. Thanks for being with us. First off, congratulations and thank you for 50 years of service taking care of a lot of young folks here in San Antonio.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been great. It hasn't felt like 50 years for sure.
Let's start with the party last night that threw you a big retirement bash, and then tomorrow you're actually walking in the parade. What does all that feel like as you close out your career of nursing?
Well, I think it's only fitting. I've walked in the Battle of Flowers parade with the Methodist Children's Hospital for every year that we've had the balloon, and I think it's only fitting that my last hurrah, if you will, is walking with the balloon again.
And tell us about your part in being with the pediatric ward.
So back in 1972, I opened the first pediatric ward at Methodist Hospital, and I've been a part of that expansion from just a pediatric unit to intermediate care unit, ICU, the first children's hospital in 1998, and then our tower expansion in 2017. I became the vice president of nursing back in 2012 and have been on the ground floor of every bit of it. And it's just been exceptionally rewarding to be a part of that growth.
So when you were a part of the first pediatric ward opening up 50 years ago, obviously those kids were young, maybe some babies, maybe kids even a little older than that, maybe up into their teenage years. But have you been able to keep up with anybody that maybe you took care of way back when that pediatric ward actually opened up?
As long ago as maybe 30 years ago, we had a celebration where we brought back some of our pediatric patients that we had originally cared for. But certainly there's many in my heart and mind that I remember from the very beginning.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. And you've had a nice long career, and you've also had some tough times like a lot of other healthcare workers out there. You had to work during this pandemic, and now you're ending your career 50 years with a parade. I mean, how does all that feel?
Well, I mean, all healthcare has gone through some pretty significant challenges in the last 2 years, and it affected the pediatric population by many pediatric patients did not come into the hospital. There was wearing of masks didn't require that they come into the hospital. There was no viruses going around. So we recreated ourselves to COVID adult units, to mom-baby COVID units, to reopening our children's hospital. But I mean, that's what Methodist is all about. We are here to serve our community, and so we did what it took to take care of the community.
Got a few seconds left. Everybody wants to always know when people retire, what are they going to do with retirement? Or can you really retire after 50 years of serving this community?
Well, so actually my first summer will be as a grandmother, taking care of some of my grandkids.
There you go.
But no, I probably will not be able to leave. I will probably be doing some volunteer work at the hospital come this winter.
Well, that's fantastic. So first off, congratulations and thank you for 50 years of serving our community here in San Antonio.
Yes, thank you so much, Linda Manson. Guess what? You're going to have great weather walking through that parade tomorrow.
Yes, we will. We certainly will. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. And speaking of the weather. Yeah. Some details. Give us the details, man.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, it really is all good news when it comes to the forecast. Unfortunately, I have to show you this video, which isn't so nice. It came in on our KSAT Connect. Remember yesterday when that front came through? We used some of those clouds of what looked like pollen.
Right.
Okay. I'll show you this video here.
Okay.
This was sent in from Yvonne. Take a look at the. Of course, I get the little spinny wheel here. You know, this is the thing. There we go. Let's see if it plays now. Oh, technology, it's the worst. Okay. I'm trying. It's stuck.
You know, that's all I know.
It's stuck.
No.
That's okay.
What happened? Okay, so describe it to us.
Sorry, Yvonne.
What happened?
Well, you look in the distance when the wind blows through, and you can see the pollen coming out of the trees.
Maybe we don't want to see that anyway.
Maybe we don't anyway. I do appreciate it, Yvonne.
Yes, thank you.
Some people sneeze just looking at it on a picture.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. And the oak pollen was up today. Let's look at a time lapse here that's pretty nice. We don't see the oak pollen like we saw yesterday. Blue skies and temperatures sitting at 71 degrees. Humidity is at 12%. That is awful low. And with northeasterly winds at 17. We've got the fire threat today. I know it sounds like a broken record, but this is where we are just because it has been so incredibly dry. 67 Fredericksburg, 68 right now in Kerrville. 72 Boulevardy, 75 at Stinson, and we'll top out in the upper 70s today. There's that red flag warning for that high fire danger. It does include San Antonio. This is going to go through 8 o'clock this evening. Next few days, 79 today, 81 tomorrow, but we start off at 44, and on Saturday, 86. Really good looking next few days. Things do change a little bit on Sunday. We've got some rain chances next week, which is a good thing because the drought is settling in. We're going to take a look at the drought monitor. Also, a new hurricane forecast out that's coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, Justin, thank you very much. 4 members of the United States Secret Service, including 1 member who was on First Lady Jill Biden's protective detail, suspended after they allegedly associated with and were provided gifts from 2 men who are accused of pretending to be Homeland Security investigation agents. The 2 men were charged with impersonating federal law enforcement officers and allegedly provided members of the Secret Service gifts such as rent-free apartments totaling $40,000, surveillance systems, law enforcement paraphernalia, and more. That's according to court documents. The investigation began when the suspects were witnesses to an assault involving a letter carrier, and postal inspection agents interviewed them.
And some big things happening that affect how much you pay for things. The first is oil executives will not commit to ending buybacks. Now, here's how buybacks work. Oil companies buy some of their own shares. That reduces supply for normal investors, increases demand, and raises share prices. Then shareholders get payouts called dividends. The second thing happening that affects your wallet involves interest rates. Well, the Federal Reserve will release monthly data on consumer credit rates today, and Freddie Mac is releasing weekly mortgage rates. Those numbers are baseline since the Fed is signaling it will hike rates again soon.
A teenager helping out SAFC, Larry Miz, with his story. Coming up in just a few minutes in sports. So, like, there's only two things we're concerned with. Did I just say, like, so like? Did I just?
It makes sense. I know where you're coming from.
So, like, we're concerned about two things right now. Nyosa tonight and the Battle of Flowers parade tomorrow morning.
In the morning.
You say it's chilly?
I'd say so.
Wow.
It's
I mean, by
different.
Steph's standards, for sure, it's chilly. We'll be in the 40s to start tomorrow morning, and then probably in the 50s by the time the parade gets started. 71 so far today. 49 was the low this morning. We'll be cooler than that tomorrow morning. Averages are 79 and 57. We'll actually be below average this afternoon, or pretty close to it. Record high is 99 set back in 2006, just to show you how much worse it could be. We've got to look at that Fiesta forecast coming up.
Welcome back. It's 12:44. You know, it's interesting. I don't think I have ever took out my jacket for the Battle of Flowers parade.
You never, really?
Yeah, it's always been hot in the past.
So you'll have to decide what color jacket to wear tomorrow?
Yeah.
With all the Fiesta.
I know a lot of my jackets are, dark colors, not festive Fiesta colors. I don't know, do-it-yourself jacket.
You know how you fix that? Cascaroni confetti. That's how you fix that. We'll take care of you tomorrow.
All right, David's going to take care of me. I know you have me covered.
Yeah.
Literally.
In more ways than one.
Someone's going to yell at Steph, hey, show us your shoes, and she's going to have like those fuzzy boots on.
It's like,
going to happen.
Well, as long as they're colorful, right?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. The hurricane forecast came in this morning. Colorado State puts it out every year about this time, a prediction for the Atlantic hurricane season. And they're predicting an above average season, and this really comes as no surprise. We're not going to pay too close attention to the specific numbers here. The bottom line is the way the pattern is setting up, it's La Nina again this year. We think that it will be active again in the Atlantic. And of course, the last several years have been very, very active. So they're predicting 19 named storms, 9 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes. So be prepared for this year. It's going to be another one where I think we're going to be looking at a lot of named storms. The drought monitor came out today, too. It shows that we're still very much in drought here across South Texas. You see where the exceptional drought is here to our south and west. Now, we'll tell you, this does not account for the rain that came in yesterday and the day before. There was some showers and storms down here, but it probably didn't change things all that much. And drought is really starting to creep in here to Barrett County. We know that. We're probably going to be looking at stage 2 water restrictions for SAWS customers here fairly soon, the way things are looking. And Medina Lake, 21% full. It's down over 5 feet over the last 3 months. So not a good situation there. What about rain chances? Well, we're not seeing much this weekend. A little bit of moisture comes in on Sunday, could result in a shower, but I'm not too optimistic there. Monday, just a 20% chance of rain. We are bumping rain chances up to 30% on Tuesday. Probably our best opportunity as some energy comes in, and maybe we'll get some thunderstorms. As we go outside for you right now, 71 degrees, sunny. Dew point is at 16, gusting to 25 miles per hour, north-northeasterly wind at 17. And you look at the wind gusts in the range of 25 to 30 miles per hour. We'll see these kind of gusts here over the next several hours before the winds calm a little bit later this evening and tonight. And thankfully, it's not as windy as it was yesterday, but it is still breezy out there. We'll see gusts right in that range, 20 to 25 through about 4 p.m., and then you'll see the winds fall off just a little bit. 72 in New Braunfels at 69, Kerrville 71, Uvalde 72 down there in Divine. And we do have a red flag warning in effect because the air is dry, because we have those gusty winds, and fires can spread very rapidly. This is going to go through 8 p.m. It's another one of those days where we're dealing with this high fire danger. If you're heading out to Nyosa tonight, 77 at 6 o'clock, 70 at 8 p.m. We'll call it comfortable, and then 62 by 10 p.m. That's some great weather. I have a feeling there will be a lot of people out there tonight. And then during the overnight period into early tomorrow morning, we're dropping into the 40s. 44 here in San Antonio, to be specific. And then that means Battle of Flowers is going to start off a little cool. 57 degrees to start. 71 by 11 o'clock, and then 75 by 1 p.m. with sunny skies. Not a lot of wind out there tomorrow either, so even better. Extended forecast. We go 81 tomorrow, 86 on Saturday. Everything looks good on Saturday too, by the way. King William, Fiesta Flambeau. Be a little warm Saturday afternoon, but not too bad. 84 Sunday. We'll see more humidity starting to pour in. And then some rain chances kick in Monday and Tuesday, as we said. More clouds, temperatures in the mid-80s. And hopefully we get some decent rainfall in here.
Hopefully, but this week looks good.
Looks great.
Thank you, Justin.
You know, even if the Spurs don't catch the Pelicans for that 9th spot, at least they've got a lot of confidence out on the road.
They do. Part of the reason why they've clinched a playoff berth is because they've been so great on the road lately, and that's been key for this young Spurs team. You just know mentally that has to help them out so much. Yes, the Spurs have won 5 straight on the road, and Jakob, he loves road games. Plus, Tiger has teed off at the Masters. Coming up. Winners of 3 in a row. The Spurs will play the Timberwolves tonight, and both teams are still playing for something. Minnesota can still move up to the 6th seed in the West and avoid the play-in tournament, but are guaranteed at least the 7th seed where they sit right now. And the Spurs are looking to move up from number 10 to number 9 so they can host the Pelicans in the play-in tournament. The Spurs have won 5 straight road games for the first time since the 2016-17 season. And Jakob Poeltl has no issues with away games.
Obviously at home you have the support of your own fans, which really helps you get going, but on the road you kind of, I don't know, it's that like villain mentality, I guess. You're going against everybody, and that kind of gets you going as well. So to me, I feel very comfortable playing on the road. We just found a way to get it done lately.
Timberwolves will host the Spurs tonight at 7. The Spurs say DeJounte is out with an upper respiratory illness. Lonnie Walker IV is questionable with low back tightness, and Devin Vassell's probable with left Achilles tightness. Tuesday night, San Antonio FC beat the Defeaters 3-1, advancing to the 3rd round of the U.S. Open Cup. And they were led by a teenager, which is pretty darn cool. 17-year-old SAFC Pro Academy product Henrik Sakshug was the star of the match, scoring 2 goals. He's the youngest player in club history to score a brace.
Feels great. It's like a dream come true to score for this club. I've been here since it started in the academy, so it just felt really good.
San Antonio's 3rd round U.S. Open Cup draw will be announced live by USA Soccer Friday morning at 11. Chicago Cubs are showing support for Ukraine at today's opening day game against the Milwaukee Brewers at Wrigley Field. The Chicago Ukrainian American Youth Association Choir will sing the Ukrainian national anthem, and the team is dedicating its 50-50 raffle to support Ukraine, with proceeds going to charities and the Red Cross. All eyes are on Tiger Woods at the Masters, his first tournament in 508 days. Yesterday, cameras caught him in a practice round skipping balls across the water on number 16 with Justin Thomas and Fred Couples. Then today, Tiger teed off at 10:04 a.m. local time. And here's a look at your leaderboard. First round is in progress. Joaquin Niemann leads a 3-under par through 9 holes. Lee Westwood is tied for second at 2-under through 3 holes. And Tiger Woods sits at even par through 9. Now, he was -1 through 6, making birdie on the par 3 6th, but he made a bogey 6 on the par 5 8th hole. And then he had par on number 9.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We're going to join ABC right now with that special report we've been talking to you about.
Let's take a look.
Jackson to the Supreme Court, the first black woman to serve on the nation's highest court in its 233-year history. This afternoon's vote to confirm will be bipartisan. All 50 Senate Democrats are expected to vote yes on Judge Jackson's nomination, as well as at least 3 Republicans, Senators Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitt Romney. You can see the vote tally there on the left-hand side of your screen. President Biden nominating Judge Jackson to the nation's highest court, part of a campaign promise to succeed retiring Justice Stephen Breyer, for whom Judge Jackson clerked much earlier in her career. Breyer will step down this summer at the end of this term. In her opening statement during the Judiciary Committee hearings, Judge Jackson citing her faith, her family, the blessing of being born in this country at this time, she said, telling the senators that she has dedicated her career to, quote, ensuring that the words engraved on the front of the Supreme Court building, equal justice under the law, are not just an ideal. Before today's vote by the full Senate, we reported for days here, Judge Jackson facing days of harsh questioning by Republican members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. In another first today, Vice President Kamala Harris is presiding over the vote. Of course, the first woman, the first black and South Asian American to be elected as vice president. Significant history playing out in the chamber today. You can see 16 yes votes now, 16 no. Again, as I mentioned, Judge Jackson expected to get Republican support, which in this time is significant in and of itself. I want to bring in Rachel Scott, who covers Capitol Hill for us. Rachel, you and I were talking before we came on the air here. To get 3 Republican votes, at least 3 expected here today, is significant in these times.
It is, David, and that is considered a victory for Democrats here on Capitol Hill and at the White House. We know the president wanted bipartisan support for this historic confirmation vote, and today he will get it. At least 3 Republican senators voting yes on Judge Jackson. Senator Mitt Romney, who once actually voted against her confirmation to the D.C. Circuit, now reversing course, saying that she more than meets the standard of excellence that is required to sit on the bench, to sit on the United States Supreme Court. I could tell you that the weight of the moment is not lost here on Capitol Hill. 233 years in the making. Inside the Senate chamber right now, you see senators of both sides of the aisle sitting in their chairs. And then up above in the gallery, you actually have diverse staff of the Congressional Black Caucus, sitting there watching this historic moment. And you mentioned it, David, the nation's first female, first Black, first Asian American woman to serve as the Vice President of the United States, presiding over the confirmation of the first Black woman who was likely to be confirmed to the Supreme Court. Democrats and Republicans, politics aside, will tell you that shows, this image shows that our country is taking a major step forward today, David.
Rachel Scott live on the Hill as we watch this vote to confirm Judge Jackson at the Supreme Court.
Mr. Manchin.
Let's listen.
Mr. Manchin, aye. Mr. Markey. Mr. Markey, aye. Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall, no. Mr. McConnell. Mr. McConnell, no. Mr. Menendez. Mr. Menendez, aye. Mr. Merkley. Mr. Merkley, aye. Mr. Moran. Mr. Moran voted in the negative. Ms. Murkowski. Ms. Murkowski, aye. Mr. Murphy. Mr. Murphy,
of course, the yes vote
Mrs.
from
Murray.
Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska,
Mrs.
just one of
Murray.
3 Republicans
Mr.
expected to
Ossoff.
vote yes going into this
Mr.
vote here
Ossoff,
today.
aye.
We
Mr.
just heard
Padilla.
her voice. We're about to hear
Mr.
Senator Romney of
Padilla,
Utah,
aye.
who also
Mr.
signaled
Paul.
that he would support the historic nature
Mr.
of this day,
Peters.
that he would vote to confirm
Mr. Peters.
Judge Jackson. Let's listen.
Aye. Mr. Portman. Mr. Portman, no. Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed, aye. Mr. Risch. Mr. Risch, no. Mr. Romney. Mr. Romney, aye. Ms. Rosen. Ms. Rosen, aye. Mr. Rounds.
Another significant
Mr.
moment
Rounds,
from Senator Romney.
No. Mr. Rubio.
Lending his support.
Mr.
And again,
Rubio.
given the deep polarization
No.
in this
Mr.
country,
Sanders.
the divided
Mr.
politics
Sanders,
of this
aye.
country.
Mr.
Together,
Sass.
some Republican support is considered a
Sass.
significant victory, not
No.
only for Judge Jackson,
Mr. Schatz.
but for
Mr.
the Democrats.
Schatz.
Judge Jackson going
Aye.
to
Mr. Schumer.
all of those
Mr.
offices
Schumer.
on Capitol Hill to
Aye.
meet with
Mr.
the senators
Scott of Florida. Mr. Scott of
face-to-face, and then
Florida.
enduring
No. Mr. Scott
days
of
of
South
harsh
Carolina.
questioning
Mr.
from
Scott of
Republicans.
South Carolina.
And then the history
No. Mrs.
playing
Shaheen.
out here today.
Mrs. Shaheen. Aye. Mr. Shelby. Mr. Shelby. No. Ms. Sinema. Ms. Sinema. Aye. Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith. Aye. Ms. Stabenow.
Presiding over the vote in that chamber, as we mentioned, the
Stabenow.
Vice President, of course, who has
Aye.
made
Mr.
history
Sullivan.
in her role,
Mr.
Vice
Sullivan.
President Kamala Harris. And she
No.
told our
Mr.
Washington
Tester.
reporter Trish Turner,
Mr.
who's in the
Tester.
chamber there today,
Aye. Mr.
on her
Thune.
way in, that
Mr.
it is a
Thune.
glorious day,
No.
were the words of the
Mr.
Vice
Tillis.
President. You could see her
Mr.
smile
Tillis.
as the proceedings began
No.
today.
Mr. Toomey.
About to preside over
Mr.
what she knew
Toomey.
would be an historic day
No.
as well.
Mr. Tuberville. Mr. Tuberville. No. Mr. Van Hollen. Mr. Van Hollen. Aye. Mr. Warner. Mr. Warner. Aye. Mr. Warnock. Mr. Warnock. Aye. Ms. Warren. Ms. Warren. Aye. Mr. Whitehouse. Mr. Whitehouse. Aye. Mr. Wicker. Mr. Wicker. No. Mr. Wyden. Mr. Wyden. Aye. Mr. Young. Mr. Young. No. Mr. Graham. Mr. Graham. No.
Again, well over the threshold here to make history. Judge Jackson will become the next Supreme Court justice. History made in Washington today for the first black woman to serve on the nation's highest court. Watching along with me, as she always does, ABC News Live anchor and Sunday night anchor, Lindsay Davis. And Lindsay, it is not lost on any of us the historic nature of this day.
It certainly is not, David. The star debater from Miami Palmetto Senior High School, responsible for lots of shards of glass today as she smashes through now this ultimate ceiling in the legal world. And if we think about the history of this, right, that March 6, 1857 was the Dred Scott case that U.S. Supreme Court made the ruling at that time suggesting that black people were not American citizens, that the Constitution did not include black people. And now here you have her, Katanji Brown Jackson, joining their ranks. She's going to be sitting there as a woman in her black skin, in a black robe, on the highest court in the land. And what makes this all the more remarkable is that there's such a small pool. You have such a small fraction of black women on the state and federal level who participate as judges. And while she's not going to be changing the conservative majority here, just the major shakeup in the makeup of the court, as it's been discussed from Senator Schumer. If you talk about 115 Supreme Court justices in the history, 112 of them have been white, only 5 have been women. And so for so long, the court just has not reflected our population. And again, going back to Senator Schumer, when he talked about those 8th graders just lighting up, I mean, we have to just imagine the young girls of all colors, of all religions and races who are watching this moment and thinking, she did it, I can too. And while we've seen so many firsts, I mean, again, Vice President Kamala Harris once again presiding over this, and she said during her inauguration, while I may be the first, I won't be the last. And we have to imagine that this is just the beginning, that she's paving the way as a trailblazer for future legal minds, and so many not yet columns that have not been checked, so many firsts that we haven't had yet for women and women of color. So just what an inspiration for young girls as far as what's possible.
No question about that, Lindsay. They will now see in themselves.
Today on SA Live, it's the beat, the colors, the close of traditional Mexican dance, a fiesta performance by Grupo Folclórico de Benediciones.
Plus, fiesta food from Chef Tattoo. He shares fiesta recipes that you can enjoy right there at home.
And we get a preview of a taste of the North Side, what food you can expect to be there and what it's benefiting.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Oh, hey there, hello, and happy Thursday, and of course, Viva Fiesta.
Yes, indeed. She is Fiona Gorstiza. I'm Mike Ostrage. There are so many people here enjoying Fiesta down here at Market Square, and there's going to be a bunch of folks at Alamo Stadium tonight, and we're going to be there.
Yes, we are hosting, of course, the Battle of Flowers Band Festival, which will be streaming, right? Yep. And then you'll get to see it again on Saturday morning.
Yes, indeed.
On KSAT.
And, it's been about 3 years, I think, since they last had it there. And, of course, all of those great bands, they are so talented. And arguably the greatest spectacle that you will ever see. 5,000 kids. You can't see an inch of that field all playing
Especially
together.
For that big finale at the end. It always gives you chills.
Yeah, I'm getting chills thinking about it right now. Can't wait to be there for that one. So.
All right. Well, Eat Fredericksburg, Texas is a site designed by local chef and consultant Leo Aguirre that directs visitors to places in and around the Texas Hill Country area for food, drinks, and entertainment.
And today he is giving us a Fiesta-inspired sopes recipe. Did I pronounce that right?
Sopes, yeah, sopes.
Sopa is soup,
yes.
And sopes. So, at first glance, I looked over and was like, okay, you're making gorditas or tostadas.
Tostadas, right. They look similar. The difference is that they're tender and chewy on the inside, have a nice crust on the outside, and you pretty much put anything you want on them.
I love that.
Yeah, totally.
I've had a couple of these cooking and flip them over.
Oh, yeah, that looks really nice.
All right, and you said you got to wait till it gets a little crackly on the top.
Yeah, you'll start drying up. The moisture starts coming out, and you get some cracks. Flip it over, and you'll see. There you go.
Okay, and so I've got some of the masa here rolled up.
Right, just add water. You can add whatever seasoning you want to it to make your own recipe.
Because everybody's got their way.
Right, there's secrets. And we're going to just press it down. We don't want to get it too flat because you want to have that nice, soft, chewy inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And cook them on a hot griddle for?
Depends on how hot I'm using cast iron right there, so it retains a lot of heat, gets really hot. So maybe a couple minutes on each side. You just want to watch it, flip it. Really what you want to look for is the water evaporating and giving you that nice crust on there. Look at that.
All right.
Super easy.
Pop that baby on there. So, all right, I think these are about ready to go. So we will get them all done up here. We can start
Flip it around one more time so you can actually have that lip. There you go. Now you put it on there.
Ah, okay.
Now
I flip it over.
There you go. It's like making a little vessel, you know.
And where did this originate? What part of Mexico?
Central, South Mexico, like around Oaxaca area. So it's a really, truly authentic dish made by there. You know, they had a lot of corn, so they made masa, they made tortillas, and this was just another way to use that technique of just filling a vessel up with whatever proteins they had.
Okay. It is Fiesta. What's your favorite Fiesta food?
Street tacos. I love tacos.
Yeah.
I love tacos.
They are pretty good.
Yeah.
All right,
Now, you do the cooking, right?
I do the cooking. Yeah, so what I do, I people go to my website, they use it for information, but really to book me as a private chef. I go to your house, I take everything you need to have a great meal, and you just, relax, you have your cocktail, your drink, talk, hang out with your friends, and I do all the cooking, and it's 3-course meal normally. We have a lot of fun, and I love it when people hang around in the kitchen and you just talk or watch and ask questions. So yeah.
That always seems to be the place in the house that everybody congregates when you have a party.
It is.
Don't bother cleaning the rest of your house. Just make sure your kitchen's clean.
That's right. That's all you need.
And your site is Eat Fredericksburg, Texas, and not only are you a personal chef, and you'll go wherever the party is, but also a good way to promote everything going on in Fredericksburg.
Exactly.
Right?
There's always something going on. There's always a festival. There's always great wineries that you can go to. So I like to direct people to some of my favorite places in Fredericksburg whenever they're visiting.
Which are?
I love Friday's Vaudeville. Nice bistro there in town, center of the Hill Country, 200 block. I love the crab curry soup, but really everything on their menu is quite phenomenal. Jordan and Richard are great people as well, so they're always there. You can say hi to them.
All right, we've got about 10 seconds. Now, folks can enter to win monthly giveaways with you, right?
Yep, just go to the website or go to my social media and add me, Eat Fredericksburg, Texas, or Chef Leo Aguirre, and I'll be posting constant.
All right. Thank you so much. For more information on Eat Fredericksburg, Texas, just head to our website, salive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, where we've provided a link, or just snap that QR code on your screen.
All right, quick question. Now we're back to Fiesta food. Okay, margarita or michelada?
Michelada.
Margarita.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Margarita. Yeah.
Margarita. Yes. Gotcha. So let us know.
Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll see which one wins out. All right, well, there are plenty of Fiesta events happening today, but we have a special preview for Taste of the North Side, which benefits the Brighton Center.
Jen Tobias Trusky is getting a sample of what you can expect in Taste of the North Side before the event begins later on today. What's on the menu, Jen?
Dozens of restaurants setting up here at a Taste of the North Side. So I had to get a sample, of course, my favorite thing about Fiesta. Now that includes the bearded turkey smoked goods. Ernest, say hi, your team's there. And they gave me some samples. Now this is one of the many popular events during Fiesta. And joining me now, Katrina Campbell, the CEO for the Brighton Center. So let's talk about what people can expect when they come out, because it's a new location.
Right, we're at the Dominion this year, and just like you said, dozens of restaurants. And I think that's what makes Taste of the North Side so different. It's not just kind of your normal vendors, chicken on a stick, corn on the cob. This is like all of the best of San Antonio here at our event, letting you sample everything that they have to offer. So it's super exciting.
And I brought you some cream corn, by the way, and take a look at this. It's got brisket, mac and cheese, and you can find this here tonight if you have your tickets. What are some things people should keep in mind? I know we talked about parking, right?
Parking, yes. So we offer complimentary shuttling, so you don't even have to pay to park, but it's over at Fiesta, Texas. So if you're coming, plan on parking there. We will have lots of shuttles running. We'll get you on site just as quick as possible. but that is how it's going this year.
Okay, and there's different sections I see here. They're setting up right now. The event happens at 6:30 tonight. Now let's talk about, for those who did purchase tickets, where it's all going to, because the Brighton Center does so much for families and children. Tell me all about that.
Yes, thank you. So this is our biggest fundraiser. So we hope to raise around $700,000 tonight alone. So everyone who bought a ticket and all of our partners can feel really good about really partying with a purpose, which is what Fiesta is all about. But it really means a lot to us to have this kind of support.
Got it. Okay. And there's also entertainment, right? Music.
We have 4 live bands. We have a great VIP section for our partners. Our driving range is full. And then we have this great kind of parking lot party, we call it. So we feel like we've really taken over the Dominion. So it is, hopefully they love the event as much as we do. So we're really excited to welcome guests to a new date. Thursday is a new date for us too, and a new venue. And, you know, we haven't had the event in 2 years. So we're really excited to have a sold out crowd this time.
Yes, so that just happened, by the way, this morning. They sold out. So if you do have your tickets, these are the things that you need to know. Now, it's been 2 years, like you mentioned. Pandemic obviously put a little break there, but this new location, it's gorgeous weather. How can people help if they're not coming tonight all year long? How can they help the Brighton Center?
Sure, they can go to brightonsa.org, and there's a list of all the ways that you can support us. But also, if you have a child or know of a child that's struggling with any sort of developmental milestones, we'd love to come in, evaluate them for free, and see if we can help. So if you can support us or you need our help, we are here for you.
Again, the Party with a Purpose, if you are coming out here, it's all going towards a great cause. And these guys back here, the Bearded Turkey, just so you know, you can find them on social media. And I have to try this before I send it back to Mike and Fiona. Are you going to try your corn?
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Katrina.
Thank you.
Ooh, that looked good.
Right, that could be better. All right, well, for more information on Taste of the North Side, you know what to do. Head to our website, click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, or just snap that QR code on your screen.
I've got a plate in my hand, and I'm talking about what she has right now. So, hey, keep this award-winning dance group is keeping traditional Mexican dances alive. We see Grupo Folklorico de Bendiciones perform in just a bit.
Plus, La Familia Cortez is bringing us Fiesta refreshments, Aguas Frescas. We're going to tell you how they are fiesta-fying the North Side. That's next.